those of you who care, the whole reason I started late was because it's my dad's birthday. So I was like, hey, I'll go ahead and call Dad, say happy birthday. And that's cool. That was a long conversation, though. And so that sort of was my lunch break, plus several minutes. I actually haven't had lunch. I don't have anything that I could cook and eat that quickly. So I had a couple of spoonfuls of yogurt, and we're going to call that good.
Sega.
Might order something for dinner, I'm not going to lie. Because... right, so we're going to need music, because we're about to kill the music, because we're about to load a thing. It's okay, I've got some music here. I don't even have a chance to watch those videos Scion wanted me to watch. They're still there, I didn't have a chance to do anything. I had no capacity to do anything. Shoot, it's not even there. This is a Sega game. The Dawn of War series was a Sega game. Sega franchise for a bit there. It's Relic. Relic are the ones who actually made it. Okay, let's just pull up Mechanicus. I guess that's a good default. Game? There we go. Oh, Sega bought... Okay, that makes more sense. That's why I was vaguely confused by that. Because I remember Sega getting involved, I didn't remember details, and I have no brain right now, so we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this. I do remember the implosion of THQ, because that was a fun time. Right, this is where we're at. So I did a very small amount of things off camera. There's a tank right here, which is effectively body blocking me. We're just gonna stand here and wait for a minute or three.
Where are those damn tech priests?
You can't even get up there, can you?
It's an honor to serve the Emperor.
Literally being body blocked.
A moment. These repairs may require some time.
Where is his will needed?
Reporting for duty, sir.
By the
That's
Eldar,
you.
it will be done. My devotion is assured.
The Emperor
I
is
stand ready
not
to
them.
serve the Emperor.
Greenskins. Thought I smelled
Reporting
something.
for duty, sir.
What are your orders?
Taking hits!
You heard the man.
Jump through!
Those don't look like greenskins to me.
Present and accounted for, sir.
Well,
Present and accounted for, sir. It's an honor to serve the Imperium, sir.
Pleasure.
If such is the
Excitement for the
Emperor's
day.
will.
okay, so let's get some Mechanicus music going.
If such is the Emperor's will.
I am honored.
Awaiting
Present and
instructions.
accounted for, sir.
We'll be off as soon as the fuel arrives.
By the Emperor. You will have it.
Oh my god, can you literally not get up there?
Following
This is the spacing problem I just gave a negative for.
But you require my
It's been a recurring problem in the Winter Assault campaign, so... yeah.
Present and accounted for, your orders, sir.
You have chosen wisely.
What is spacing? That's easy to explain.
warming up the engine.
So watch this.
As soon as we besiege the machine's spirit,
So you notice how this this vehicle can't get up here. it refuses to. That's because it can't find the space because of what's called the spacing issue. Now, the spacing issue it's a problem that's endemic to older RTSs that you don't really see all that often. When I say older, I actually mean second-generation RTSs. First-generation RTSs barely had spacing as a concept. Spacing is the extra gap that you don't see around a unit. That's their safe zone. RTSs started implementing this in order to try and help with pathfinding, because pathfinding was bad for a very, very long period of time, and developers came up with all sorts of ways to try and bypass that problem. So, one of the ways they came up with was, all right, why don't we force every unit to have X amount of space, and that's the space that they can't interact with another unit, right? Now, the problem is spacing is a terrible, terrible idea. Correct, Jay Palmer. First gen was like the Dunes and the Command & Conquers and the early Warcraft stuff. The problem is, all this effectively does is prevent pathfinding, because Mission 2, Uthor, pathfinding cannot go through space. Like, it cannot go through an area that is allocated for a unit's space. So the reason this vehicle can't go up here, even though there's plenty of room for it, is because the units, the Marines there have a little extra bubble around them, which is preventing pathfinding from acknowledging that, so you cannot order it to go up here. That's also why it won't go up here, even if all these units are gone, and I tested this earlier. It can't get up here because its spacing is big enough that its spacing does not have a path to go around this bunker, even though it totally does have room for the unit, for the model, to fit through. Make sense? It's one of the reasons why Winter Assault has been so frustrating on any map where we've got these narrow corridors, which, if you've been paying attention, is several of them. Because there's no getting your units to move smoothly through here because they're constantly jumbling into each other. It is also the exact same reason why we've seen several times on camera that units will literally get stuck on each other, right? Remember when I had to just delete those Gretchen? It's because they were sufficiently stuck and couldn't unstuck themselves because the only paths out were in another unit's spacing. Make sense? And you probably saw on the final Orc mission, I had a similar thing happen up against the cliffside towards the early part of the mission on the western half of the map. And I had to pull the units that are on the furthest out and try to kind of pull them out a little bit in order to allow the other units the ability to disentangle themselves. So no, it's not like area denial, which is more what you're talking about, Jennifer Smash, or like an attack of opportunity range, or whatever you want to call that. It's a thing, and it sucks. So we're gonna save before we do this. Yeah, StarCraft. So StarCraft actually had another mechanic to try and bypass the spacing issue. So StarCraft has the spacing issue, but there's another mechanic in StarCraft where, and you've probably seen it. Let's say you've got an SCV, and the SCV has no collision while they're building the building, right? You've probably noticed this. They just kind of move across the building's area, but then they finish building it. And then have you ever seen the SCV just kind of roam for a bit inside the building, trying to find a safe space to leave and then reactivate collision? Because that's the same spacing problem. But what StarCraft did was added that layer of intangibility to try and fix that. Now, that is still a little bit of a problem. That is still obviously a negative, and it's something we'll discuss when we get to StarCraft. But with the intangibility thing, they were trying to make it so that it wouldn't prevent it from functioning at all. It's just, in some cases, they could just get stuck, and that's the end of their life.
What would you have me do?
Loner is correct. There are ways to take advantage of the no collision window.
It will be done.
Okay, so let's hope that this works. I do actually have a strategy here, believe it or not.
So up. 1, 2, 1, 2.
So let's charge a lot of people into the Maw of Hell. Get up there. Get up there. You notice I'm continuously giving orders because I want the pathfinding to not get stuck on each other. And then I want you... I need more people up here. I need more people up here. Come on. Notice they're still disentangling themselves. And you see the problem we're running into here. Come on. Get up here. I don't actually know, Jay Palmer. Okay, this is probably enough. So we're going to go and reduce this thing's armor. And then we're going to charge the crap out of it and try to kill it before it kills us. They're still disentangling back here.
Is assured.
So, somebody asks, do I think that's more on the The unit programmers, the terrain designers, and the mission designers.
What would you have me do?
Honestly, I think it's kind of a combination of the mission designers and the terrain designers, which may or may not be the same people. Because the primary issue here really isn't the spacing, it's the terrain. The spacing issue would barely be a problem. Like, it would be a mild irritation if not for these narrow corridors. I get that they wanted trench warfare, but they should have thought about that, right? It's like saying, I want to have an undersea water game, like where you're playing as a submarine, and you've got to have this tons of room to navigate, and you know that. You know that's how your units work. And then you're like, I want to do a sea trench run. And it's like, but you... Okay. And you see the problems that arise.
In order, sir. Executing your orders, sir.
My devotion is assured.
New code, sir.
We get everyone free? We did. Yay.
I am on it.
My devotion is assured.
I should probably grab that too. Just
New
one
code,
here.
sir. Take the objective.
Just to be thorough.
Shall I get started?
I feel like that Psyker is not doing well. Anyone else get that vibe? Just
Boy,
he needs a hug.
we've won.
Of course.
I mean, hashtag relatable, am I right?
The machine spirits are willing.
It's sure a good thing the Ultramarines can hold out for like the hour and a half it takes us to slog through here. That's true, his head hasn't exploded lately. So that sounds pretty good. Alright, let's poke ahead a little bit. Let's see what we're getting
Is
into.
assured. As you wish, it shall be so.
We must retreat and find another way around. The bridge is lost to us.
To be thrown back by this filth. Had we our basilisks ready, we would have taught them a lesson.
Exalted Farseer, the Imperials are mired before the bridge and falter under heavy bombardment. Your orders?
The Imperials test my patience with their incompetence.
Hey!
Very well. We will deal with the orcs ourselves, but only because the time grows short. Death is almost upon us.
Can I just say, I actually really like the Eldar HUD. I don't know if it's my favorite of the HUDs in Dawn of War 1, but I definitely like it. What's funny is you'd look at it and say it's crisp and clean, but it totally isn't. It looks like something that's supposed to look clean, but actually isn't. It looks scuffed and old. I'm pretty sure orcs predate Tolkien, but I don't know what and where.
Shall I divine your next move?
Did music start? Oh my god, it actually started playing music. I'm actually shocked by that.
You have but to ask.
Okay, so what's my goal here?
My powers are yours now. The mists of space and time retreat from
What
my
do we got? We got
mind.
some Reapers and some Howling Banshees.
Wanderers have returned.
Some Rangers.
All fear the voice of death calling to them.
Now that being said, I can say reasonably definitively that Tolkien was kind of the origination of goblins, which is funny if you're familiar with the fact that there was no such thing as goblins in Tolkien's works.
We
At least
are
not in the original
messengers
works.
of Doom.
We are the Destroyer's agents on this plane.
Just gonna chill for a minute. Get some reinforcements going. Hey, Reuting. What do we got here? I mean, if you want to split hairs with Thor, sure, but my point doesn't change at all. How many generations of RTS games are? 3. The game we're playing right now is actually the 3rd generation of RTS games, technically speaking.
The random hand of fate delivers me to you.
We go to war, my sisters. We will follow your commands.
How can I help?
We shall pass our sorrows to the enemy on this day.
We are under enemy fire.
Luthor really does enjoy split hairs. It explains a lot about his coif. Yeah, Warcraft 3 is 3rd gen. Warcraft 3 is arguably the beginning of the 3rd generation of RTSs.
Show us the
For
way.
good and for bad.
Fail you. None shall survive.
So those are setups.
Naturally. The enemy cannot hide from my sight.
The Wanderers have returned.
The enemy cannot hide from my sight.
How is that splitting hairs? I don't know how to answer that question. Like, Luthor knows what I'm talking about, and I know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, and Luthor's like, well, you know, technically, hang on. Technically. It's this slightly variant thing, and it's just saying the exact same goddamn thing.
Nothing is hidden from my sight.
There's no variance here.
You cannot ask.
No new information has been conveyed.
We have seen with our eyes.
How would
Enemy fire.
the fact that goblins... I'm confused by that statement, Jennifer Smash. You know what? I'm going to let it go. You win. I really, really have the thinnest of skins today, so I don't want to get into an argument about something that doesn't matter.
The Wanderers have
It's actually a big pet peeve of mine, if I could rant for just a second, because we always get into arguments about things that don't matter. You ever notice that? It's never like, oh my gosh, you know, it's all about... It was a goddamn joke, Gino for Smash. The whole point of the joke was the fact that they were called goblins, but they were just orcs. That's the joke!
How can I help? With haste! The orcs are reacting to the explosion. Now is our chance to avoid them.
It's always little crap, right? It's always little crap we get irritated at and actually get into arguments over. It's never anything that actually matters. It's never like, oh no, world hunger. No. We're all good on that.
The random hand of fate delivers me to you.
It's, what do you think of the sequel trilogy?
what we have seen with our eyes.
Or, how do you feel the Force should be? It's always, I didn't mean to pick 2 Star Wars things in a row. It's just Star Wars is in my brain right now. Oh, Killicans. Let's get ready for that.
The random hand of fate delivers me to you. Victory is our fate.
We return to defend the Craft.
Chaotic Danny did a really good job, I agree. You know, you'd think that, Mike Romano, but actually, no. That would be logical. What is this new ability? Fleet of Foot. Boost running speed. Firewalker. No mods. We're just playing vanilla. No, Star Wars didn't get me mad. That's not a good thing. I had to talk to Dad today. That's why my mood is where it is. Actually, that's not true. I had to talk to Dad today. It's hot. I didn't get a chance to eat lunch. I am not doing great financially right now. I have so little time in my life.
How can I help?
I have recently committed to increasing my streaming schedule just because I need to push through the goddamn queue.
My minions must wait to end later.
Goddamn Killicans. Back off.
We seek the adventure that only war can bring.
Why aren't you retreating? I said to retreat! God damn it. Oh, also I'm playing this game, which, no offense to anybody who loves this game, but this exact game, by which I mean Winter Assault, is incredibly frustrating to play. It's hitting all the frustration marks.
We are the messengers of doom. avenge our sisters.
Yeah, this week has sucked for us. I
Death calling to them.
really
The future is
just
clouded.
this whole week needs to die in a fire.
Will be done.
The enemy is upon us. We bring heavy
Back
weapons
off.
to crush the enemy. We bring heavy weapons to crush the enemy.
Pelicans are great units. Not as much of a fan when I'm shooting at them. Am I doing any damage? Its health is not moving.
You cannot imagine what we have seen with our eyes. We are taking damage.
Its health is literally... Okay, now its health is moving. What the crap?
Naturally.
Are you...
We walk the path less traveled. Let us
We are here to examine vengeance.
Okay. I'm okay.
My direction is no longer clear.
I mean, I'm not okay. But, if you're still there, Jennifer Smash, I do apologize for losing my temper.
The future seems so...
That's not true. I don't apologize for losing my temper. I apologize for saying something about it. No excuse for that.
Show us the way. We will not fail you.
Okay.
Do not keep us waiting.
I knew the fates did not foretell of my end. The future
Man, at this point, I'm
seems-
tempted to just get a bunch of guardians and screw it. But I don't have that much money. And I don't have a lot of resources either. And I have no ability to build anything.
The mist of space
Do I
and
still have my
time
rangers?
retreat
I
from
do.
my mind.
Oh my god, that is 4 killicans right there. Yep, I have to go that way.
Nothing is hidden from my sight.
Okay.
No enemy can stand before our
You have
blades.
need.
The mist of space and time
Well,
retreat
it's
from
a
my
good thing I
mind.
have access to Bright Lances. Oh,
What needs to be done?
I'm sorry, Walker.
Incoming
I knew
enemy
you would
fire.
have need of me.
We return to defend the craft world.
I mean, I could retreat. I could put the game down and say we're done and just move on to Dark Crusade.
How can I help?
It is something I'm getting more and more tempted to
Do
do.
not keep us waiting.
As my wonderful father just reminded me, time is one of those things we don't get back as a resource.
Path less traveled.
The mist of space and time retreat from my mind.
Combat is our
We
path.
walk the
You
path
must
less
lead us to
traveled.
it.
There's no cheating in general, apparently. Yeah, Dark Crusade is the one I'm just... Okay, so... I'm going to talk about this when we start Dark Crusade. But can I just say that I'm actually scared to play Dark Crusade at this point?
Shall I divine your next move?
Because... At this point, it's one of those things where I'm just holding out for the good one, right? What if it's not the good one? What if it's not as good as I remember? What if I'm holding out hope for the one good game? And yeah, what if it's not good? And I'm just sitting here going,
My power.
it's like one of the worst feelings, you know? It's okay, I just have to make it to that point. Oh, it sucks. Huh, okay.
Shall I divine your next
You
move?
called us back.
Hell, I'm gonna laugh if Soulstorm ends up being good. Okay, so there come the Killicans, which we are not going to deal with.
The enemy cannot
We
hide
walk
from my
the path
sight.
less traveled.
I don't have nostalgic glasses. That's the problem.
My powers are
We
yours
return to
now.
defend the craft world.
Nothing is hidden from my sight.
My glasses are yellow tinted, not rose. Where did that phrase come from? Rose tinted glasses. Does anybody know the etymology of
The
that?
enemy cannot hide from my sight.
Do
We
not
return
keep
to
us
defend the
waiting.
craft world.
How can I help?
Incoming enemy.
I mean, at the very least, I'm hoping that Dark Crusade will pull this overall game up to a net positive. With some bank, because then we have to play Soulstorm. Perfect, Sakage! Perfect, that's exactly what I need in my life right now.
Nothing is hidden from my
You
sight.
cannot imagine what we have seen with our eyes. Their blood will
The
be
enemy
spilled.
cannot hide from my sight.
Show us the way. We will not fail you. Show us the way. We will not fail you. Kane, guide our blades!
Possibly, Maz? Interesting. Oh, shoot, we need to get out of the way. Yep, here come the Killicans. Run!
They are closing in.
Run!
Have
I
returned.
sense the enemy.
All of the run.
In the craft world.
What needs to be done?
Fleet of foot. Fleet of foot. Nope, too late. They've seen us. We're dead. We're all dead. We found a Killicam.
Seems
We
so
seek the
clear.
adventure that only war can
Actually,
bring.
maybe it won't follow us.
Found us.
My powers are yours now. The future seems
We
so
walk
clear.
Okay, it looks like it kept moving. So I definitely haven't heard of that one, Mass, no. It's actually really funny. Scion of the Emperor has been introducing me via suggesting games for funding to a huge number of games I never knew existed in the War 40k setting. Not a lot of fantasy games. A lot of 40k games. Like a lot of 40k games. Oop, what's that? What's that? That's not.
The future seems so clear. My powers are yours now.
I actually did spend some time last night looking into the Chaos Mission 5. I'm going to give it the negative, the only negative I feel I can fairly give it without actually playing it, which is the sacrifice gameplay negative.
Naturally.
Do not leave us waiting.
Enemy fire.
Shall I divine your next move?
They will pay dearly for their trespasses.
Shall I divine your next move? The Vanguard of Fate delivers me to you.
Swiftly, sisters.
Ironically, they're doing very little damage to us. It's just we're getting knocked all over the place because of the rockets and the morale problems.
They are closing in.
We are ready to return to the fray.
How can I help? Shall I divine your next move? The mist of space and time retreat.
The first here has target group of infantry, target individual infantry or hero unit, target a whole area, which would also include us, move faster, and guide the buff. So you can see why I'm not using most of those on this particular fight.
Finally, the basilisks have arrived to reinforce our position. Now we show those orcs the true meaning of firepower.
Awaiting instructions. Three, two, one, fire!
Are you gonna shoot? Well, that is good to hear, even though, you know. Okay, they're not gonna shoot. All my key bindings. Okay, hang on.
What is your wish?
Grab all my
What
troops
is your
again.
wish? What is your wish?
Where's my commander dude?
What would you have me do? You have chosen wisely. My devotion is assured. You have chosen wisely.
Yeah, the cultists died before they could actually fire. It'd be nice if they auto-fired like this was Total Annihilation. Because in Total Annihilation, they will just auto-fire to anything, any targets in range. Which also happens to be, you know, the map, if you have the artillery set up right.
Inspire our men. My scars prove my worth.
Is that the best you've got?
My devotion is assured.
No?
Let me inspire our men.
Fueled and ready to go.
You say that. They don't seem to be firing at anything up here.
3, 2,
Never mind, there they go.
What would you have?
Yay! Artillery. I hope it's still enjoyable. Because if it isn't... screw that, let's just go this way. Let's just get this mission over with.
Shall be so. It shall be so. It shall be so.
I feel like he's trying to tell me something. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, back up, back up, back up.
Without question. I hear and I obey.
fueled and ready to go.
Where's our fire support?
My mind bears a great pain.
Are they not gonna...
Shall you read me?
Fueled and ready to go.
They're not... Okay.
My
We won't let
mind
you down,
bears
sir.
a great pain. I will not falter again. I knew you'd say that. Very well, but you...
Oh my god. Fine. Fine.
What would you have done?
We must pray for forgiveness.
If you will not serve as combat, then you will serve on the firing line. What would you have me do? I hear and I obey.
Sir,
My
what do we do?
devotion is assured. You have chosen wisely.
You know, I wouldn't mind executing if it wasn't so damn irritating to do. I'm not going to give it a negative for it, but it really is making me miss some quality of life control features in later RTSs. Like where you can access all of the special abilities of a given bundle of units when you have that whole bundle selected, instead of having to tab to the specific one that has the execute button.
You will serve on the firing
To
line.
use a direct example.
Victory is assured. What is your wish?
I also can't help but notice that the artillery doesn't seem to be doing jack, and honestly at this point I don't even think I care.
Victory is assured. By the Emperor, it will be done.
So we're just doing this the old-fashioned way.
I will have someone's head. What is your wish? Victory. Let me inspire our men. Let me inspire our men. They cannot withstand us. Let me inspire our men. Let me inspire our men. Let me inspire our men.
Standing
Yep, nope. They're on hold ground stance, which means they should attack anything in range. They actually were attacking automatically earlier. They're not attacking anything up here.
I've returned.
Now they are.
Units, prepare
What
for
is
my
your
orders.
I don't know, and at this point don't care what the problem was, so we're just going to be grateful that we can artillery smash it.
Victory is assured.
Like, you saw it, I was trying to artillery the guns that were chipper shredding our men, and they were like, no, no.
His will needed. What is your wish?
and tech priest.
Oh, that could be, because, yeah, the turrets were, like, right up here, and attack that turret. Kind of. Certain definitions of the word. Yeah, it was a little high, Ross. And it's one of those funny things, because the more I think about it, the more I agree with myself. So weird.
Too much for us! If you will not serve God, you will serve on the firing line will be done.
Listen, Ross, there's only one way to tell. I mean, they are different scales, so it wouldn't functionally be an FF14 either way. But see you around, Juniper Smash. Sorry again. Really? Really? I mean, GTA 5 is one of the only games that might reach that level. Still. Let's see.
Again, General Stern. You have my thanks, and the thanks of the Ultramarines.
I am the Emperor's humble servant, but we're not entirely responsible for today's rescue. Someone else is helping us. This is twice that some impassable obstruction miraculously evaporated.
You should trust in the Emperor. He was with us today.
Of that I have no doubt. But still, something else is helping us, and I wish they'd stop. I don't like favors curried in secret. They wilt under the Emperor's light.
Your words are pious. I respect that.
Thank you. I expect war in all things, and I'm rarely disappointed or caught unaware. I'll let my men know that the Imperium's finest extends them their gratitude.
Indeed. The Titan's crew is secure and ready for transport.
Let us leave this place then, and make our return to the outpost. We must get the crew back to the Titan, or all this will have been for naught.
Meanwhile, the Eldar are being very Eldari.
Farseer Tordir, what is wrong? You appear ill.
It is not but passing weakness. The immortal enemy draws near, and I'm afraid their presence taxes my strength.
Then they will find us lying in wait, ready with their deaths. The webway assembly is safe, as is the stone itself.
Good, for without the stone we cannot strike down what approaches. Still, there is work to be done. We cannot relocate again without attracting the attention of the area's orcs, however. Their leader possesses interesting technology. Deploy our rangers to eliminate this orc leader before they attack and destroy us all. We must fell the orc boss, and quickly. His allies grow nearer by the minute. Strike like the storm and kill the orc before his minions detect us.
Sorry. Yeah, I was muted. I'm just curious if we're actually going to play as the Eldar for once, but it looks like we might not. We do have a crafter, though. Or whatever they're called. Can't remember how to do any of this stuff. Okay, so we've got an aspect portal. The gates are... something. I don't know what gates are.
My music is a pillar. It is now in our hands has been built.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, so let's get the listening shrine
My
going.
music will shape the wanderers have returned.
Get in position. Let's grab our
Enemy cannot hide
initial
from my
scouts.
sight. For our ancestors.
That would be funny. Warhammer aping Warcraft. Possible orc discovery in 2.5 minutes.
Is clear.
Jeez, what was that?
The pieces are in place. It is time for us to make our move.
Here instead.
The path is clear to me. I go to war.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
What generates power? Does anything generate power?
We are under enemy fire.
That's a big fat no.
My music.
Okay.
Shall I divine your next move?
We seek the adventure that only war.
Shall I divine your next move?
Take mind war against that guy. Buff on the Rangers. And death on those guys.
Discovered our location and are swarming us. There are far more in the area than we expected. What is worse, they are using the abandoned sewer systems to move around. Hurry, we must relocate our base. Instruct the Boom Singer to teleport forward and build a webway gate at our next destination.
As we shape it.
How can I help?
Sure, that's a thing I know how to do. Back off, back off.
The wanderers have returned. Their blood will be spilled.
Well, you go here. You go here. You go up here.
I sense the enemy.
You probably oh my god. Well, she's dead. Alright, so where's my bone singer? There she is. See you around, J. Palmer. Good fortune.
My music is a pillar. Incoming enemy fire have been built.
Could you build slightly faster, please? Oh, I lost my... Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
We must retreat to the webway. We are shaped by fate just as we shape it. My music
Let's
is a
see.
pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
That's a hell of a range on that teleport.
Take me to where I may...
Not far enough, apparently.
Take me to where I may call forth the wraith burn. Fall back and reload. Reload. The enemy is upon us. Ready to receive the gift of the Eldar.
Hey there.
I knew you would have need of me.
Walk the path less traveled. My music is a pillar upon which whole...
Yeah. It's because this became my job, Rain 36. And Arshian Gaia is not really a good name to have for branding purposes. It's hard to say, it's hard to spell, and it's hard to remember.
We return to defend.
So, it's kind of an easy choice, really.
We are taking...
Also, Lore Runner is more indicative of anything. Anyways, Arshian Gaia doesn't really mean anything other than something that doesn't have any relation to the show. But Lore Runner, story, gameplay, it's the two axes of the show. So, a little more sense make.
I sense the enemy. They are closing in.
You know, I ask myself that every day about Wolfenstein. Yeah, that cooldown is going to take forever to come back, so yeah, we'll just restart. Hi, June Whisperer.
We must fell
You
the
cannot
Orc boss,
imagine
and
what we have
quickly.
seen with our
His
eyes.
allies grow nearer by the minute.
have need.
Strike like the
We
storm and
return
kill
to
the Orc
defend
before
the
his
craft.
minions detect us.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it. Shall I play the music here?
The future seems so clear.
Command me to build.
I sense the enemy. They are closing in. I go to war. Yes, that is the way. As you wish. Follow, my kin. It is the best course of action. The logic
We
is clear.
hold the objective.
Yeah, Mandalorian joke. While we're here.
All is clear to me now.
Command me to build.
Might as well get this going.
Look,
Nothing is
it
hidden from my
changes as
sight.
I play.
It will be done. The runes have been cast. You give
This
wise...
doesn't feel like Eldar music.
The logic is clear.
I think that's our destination down there.
You give wise counsel.
We walk the path less traveled. You called us back.
What is my objective? Kill the Orc boss. Sure.
We walk the path less traveled. Just name your target.
You could play as the Eldar in Dawn of War 2? Interesting.
We move unseen. Silent and swift.
Oh, come back.
Danger has found your target. The Wanderers have returned. We move unseen. We walk the path less traveled.
Come on. Where do you rotate back? Do your patrol path. You know you want to. Maybe.
Command me to build. Shall I play the music? We walk the path less traveled. The enemy is within range.
Come on. Like one. He's got 1 health. He had 12 health. Okay, there we go.
The Orcs have discovered our location and are swarming us. There are
course they
far
do.
more in the area than we
Has found
expected.
we have traveled
What is
much
worse, they
darker
are using the
paths.
abandoned sewer systems to move around. Hurry! We must relocate our base. Instruct the
We
boom
seek
singer
the
to teleport
adventure that
forward
only
and build a
war
webway
can
gate at
bring.
our next destination.
I suppose I could do that.
We yearn to wander.
The mists of space
Come
and
on,
time
me to
retreat
build.
from my mind.
Take me to where I may call forth the Wraith Boon. You called us back. Take us to where we can best serve the cause.
Log.
Fall back and reload. Reload! The enemy is upon us. Command me to build. All good things must come to an end. Silent and swift.
What needs to be done?
You just stay there for right now.
The darkness has passed. Incoming enemy fire.
But there's a couple of orcs here. And it's gone.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
Okay. You know what? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. That's a good question, Loner. Congratulations, we came up with the Eldar. Except it isn't Sakage. There are no cheats. That's the issue. Yeah, nobody plays Winter Assault multiplayer. Come on. I think I'm gonna nuke this negative. I don't need that negative. I don't need that negative. Let's get rid of that. So we can't really get a trainer working, and we can't really use the in-game cheats, and there's not really an editor, so we actually don't have access to cheats in any real sense of the word. Crash. How overwhelming is a StarCraft thing? And the only reason I know that is because of the Archon. So, what's the final mission for the Eldar versus the Guard? Yeah, Cheat Engine requires me to Alt-Tab, and I actually already tried it, and it didn't work. So we're going to do a completely new strategy this time around. We're going to say thank you to Dark Day.
Must fell the Orc boss, and quickly. His allies grew nearer by the minute. Strike like the storm and kill the Orc before
Hang on, that actually doesn't make sense, though. How is that possible for them to be identical? Like, the Eldar have to sacrifice people, and then the
They are closing in.
The Guard kill. Actually, I can see the Guard mission being similar. That's valid. What am I doing? Right.
Show me a place that is ready to receive the gift of the Eldar.
Okay, so on mission 4, you play the Guard trying to get the gate. The Eldar teleporting. Okay, that makes sense.
We are shaped by fate.
What about mission 5, which is the one I was really concerned about? Thank you, Dark Day. I'm not going to write that down right now, because doing so would crash the game. But it is in the log, and I'll jot it down later. Thank you. Yes, this is the Game of the Year version, specifically. Steam version, specifically. No mods.
My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
I don't use Wiimod. I don't trust Wiimod. No offense. The only third-party program I trust in any level, shape, or form is Cheat Engine, and even that's only because I have actually gone out of my way to refuse to update it for a couple of years at this point, because that has no longer... Cheat Engine is actually no longer trustworthy, by the way. If you get the current version, it is not cool. Do not get. Do not use. It's a little...
Take me to where I may go forth the Wraithbone. Shall I play the music here then? Shall I play the music here then? Shall I play the music here then?
Why not? Why can I not build here? Well, at the moment, our objective is to stand here for 1 minute and 20 seconds while I try to figure out why it's not letting me do anything.
My music.
We didn't need to capture earlier.
Worlds have been built.
We've also failed to kill the orc boss, which immediately moved on to the next mission, and then we have failed to kill the orc boss, which immediately moved on to the next mission.
The enemy cannot hide from my sight.
So we're gonna go ahead and scooch forward and be like, "Oh no, we're caught. No."
Yes, that is the way.
Incoming
All
enemy
is clear
fire.
to me now.
I mean, I guess we could kill the
It is
orc
the best
boss.
course of action.
Lord knows that I just love doing this mission over and over.
The
So,
future seems so clear.
come here.
We yearn to wander.
Come here.
And swift.
Kill that guy. Find war. Him.
Let us hunt.
Like, he's just running. Of course he's just running. What else would he be doing?
And swift.
I don't even know what he's doing at this point. He's shooting at something. What is he doing? Okay.
We must fell the orc
We
boss,
approach
and
the
quickly.
designated
His
target.
allies grow nearer by the minute. Strike like the storm and kill the orc before his minions detect us.
You know what? We're done. We're done. I don't care. I don't care. I'm done with it. I've lost tolerance. I am absolutely out of tolerance for this goddamn game. The mission design, the frickin' flickering that won't stop. That's just like a little. I talk about rocking the shoe. That flickering is like someone needling me in the back of my mind constantly. Just, hey, you didn't move your mouse for 5 seconds. You didn't move your mouse for 5 seconds. Hey, you didn't move your mouse for 5 seconds. On endlessly. It is immeasurably frustrating. And that's on top of everything else that's going on with the fact that they're trying very, very hard to do scripted, objective-based mission designs and failing at it. I have seen better objective-based mission designs in games that came out 20 years ago. And yes, I know this game came out like close to that. I do not have the tolerance anymore. Zion, if you're listening to this and you want a refund, I will refund you every penny you have ever donated to me in exchange for the fact that I don't have to play this goddamn game anymore. Come on. Come on. I also broke my chair. That's unrelated. It's just, you know. There we go. There we go. Got it. Okay, good news. It's not permanently broken. That's the first bit of good news all day, right there. Because this has just been the day from hell. No, I'm done with it, Sion. The decision's made. I'm sorry. Screw this goddamn game. We're moving on. I will refund you every single penny in exchange for not having to play this goddamn game. No. When I say this game, what I mean is Winter. Sorry, I should clarify. I mean Winter Assault. I want to play Dark Crusade. Not sure about Soulstorm, but we're going to play Dark Crusade.
Sega.
So, here's the intro. We'll watch it properly this time.
In the name of the Emperor, finish this! High ground, we'll gain the advantage. Continue the assault. Reinforcements are coming. The monolith! We destroy that and this is over! Charge!
Hulking Gaia there. Gotta reposition. Okay, so we still have the alt-tab crash bugs. That sucks. But I'm just gonna leave it a sec. Please don't flicker. Please. Not saying flickering. I'm not seeing flickering. Now, that's not necessarily indicative, unfortunately. There is actually a possibility that it's still a problem, because I was observing how this worked in Winter Assault. And it usually wouldn't really start flickering until you got into a mission, so we'll see. Ah, right, yes, thank you, John Joe. Thank you for reminding me. So let's make sure everything's cranked. Crank. Crank. And sound. Ooh, okay. Turn on effects a little bit, and ambient a little bit, but otherwise that should be good. Okay. So Dark Crusade's a little bit different than the previous two. At first, when I first... So, hang on. God, I just gotta do a massive mental reset here really quick, if you'll just give me a second. Let me just get the brain, and then shift gears here. There we go. So I think I mentioned this, but I never played the vanilla campaign or Winter Assault. Those were brand new runs for me, blind runs, if you will. Dark Crusade was the first Dawn of War game I played. This right here is the game I'm referring to when I'm talking about a game that introduced me to Warhammer 40k. And I was very put off it at first, because it didn't look like it had a campaign mode. And I wasn't really into random skirmishes. I still am not. I've never been. But it's not really random skirmishes, as I'll try to hopefully show off a little bit as we go here. Instead, it's more like a pseudo-campaign, kind of mixed with skirmishes, which makes it superior to Soulstorm. Sorry, I shouldn't start the Soulstorm bashing early. I apologize. It was also so because this was my introduction to Warhammer 40k. It was also my introduction to a lot of other things. It was my introduction to the Orcs, the Necrons, the Space Marines, all sorts of things. So my coloration, my mentality, my everything was heavily influenced by this very game. Now, I do want to say one thing really quick. You know what I like best about Dark Crusade? It saves your buildings after a map is done. Which I'll talk about more about why that's a good thing from a design perspective later. But the thing is, I loved that. It gave me investment. I actually cared about taking territory. Because Soulstorm got rid of that. But I don't want to talk too much about Soulstorm right now. So, let's talk about positivity. Let's get some positivity out here. New campaign. We're going to play on normal, which is what we've been trying to play as.
The planet Cronus. Beset on all sides by the tides of war, this once quiet colony became a savage battlefield. 7 armies clashed on this one world, each refusing to back down. Each convinced it was in the right.
Oh, I know it'll alt-tab crash. All 4 of them alt-tab crash.
From beneath the sands of Cronus' central desert came the Necrons. Ancient machines bent on eradicating all life. But another evil already had its eyes on the planet. From the depths of the warp, the demonic forces of chaos arrived to enforce their claim. To oppose these fearsome powers, the planet's rulers in the Tau Empire sent their elite soldiers and sophisticated battlesuits into the fray. From the mighty Imperium of Man came the Imperial Guard, there to secure Cronus for the glory of the God Emperor. Like a green tide, the Orc Horde descended on Cronus, caring little for others' claims and sowing destruction in its wake. The Eldar, ancient enemies of the Necrons, emerged from their webway to pursue their own agenda on Cronus. And last came the Space Marines.
The most boring unit. Oh, sorry.
Compromising of the Imperium soldiers. Seeing a world beset by aliens and heretics, they undertook a great purge. A dark crusade had begun. It could only end with the total victory of one of these factions, and the total defeat of all others.
So, here's the problem. I'm not playing Dark Crusade 7 times. We'd be here for quite a while doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to poke around a little bit, and then we're going to commit to doing one full campaign. And it's flickering! No, it's flickering. The flickering's back. God damn you! God damn you! Okay, so we have to commit to a faction, obviously. Now, normally I just play as the Orcs, but we've actually shown off Orc gameplay quite a bit. Although we do have flash kits now, so they're much better. We've also shown off the Marines, and we've shown off the Guard. We haven't really shown off the Eldar. We're not playing as Chaos. And then we have the Tau and the Necrons. So, I'm thinking Tau or Necrons for the final one. My monitor is at 60 Hertz. My monitor actually cannot go above 60 Hertz. That's what it's a thing. But first, before we pick the Tau, we do want to poke around a little bit. So let's pop on the Eldar, since we're not playing as them.
In the depths of Craft World Ulthwé, the Eldar Farseer Taldir foresaw the return of the Necrons and their campaign of galactic genocide. She had driven the Imperial Guard on Lorne 5 against this ancient foe, but the threat remained real. When the Necrons rose on Cronus, Taldir faced a new problem. This planet on the galaxy's edge was beyond the reach of the Eldar webway. Instead of traveling from the Craft World via this ancient system, Taldir's forces arrived aboard her wraith ship, the Vision of Lilith. This alien vessel, hid at the edge of the system while an advance party took a small shuttle to the frozen wastes of Tyria. There, they erected special gateways linked to the holds of the Vision of Lilith. The Eldar found the planet in a sorry state. The Necrons were on the march, and the assortment of other powers on Cronus could not be trusted to stop them. Abandoning her habitual manipulations, Taldir ordered her forces to begin an all-out conquest of Cronus.
Here's what's causing the flickering too.
I would stop the Necrons. The Eldar would do it themselves.
Not that I'm aware of, Venters. Oh, we're definitely going to see all 7 intros. That takes like 10 minutes. God damn it, game! Okay, so here's the map. This is the format in which the game takes. So let's see. There's Chaos down here. This is the Necrons. Over here's the Guard. Up here's the Space Marines. Over here's the Eldar. That's me. Over here's the Tau. And over here's the Orcs. Color-coded, kind of risk-y. I'm trying to remember all the little details that goes into this screen. So obviously we have requisition, that is to say, campaign requisition. Planetary requisition, if you prefer. We can also recon.
Welcome to the single-player campaign for Dawn of War, Dark Crusade. These tutorial windows will guide you through the first 2 turns of play and introduce key features of this all-new campaign mode. Your goal is to conquer the planet Cronus. This world's inhabited continent is divided into 25 different provinces. Your conquest of the planet will happen 1 province at a time. The campaign map is your major interface for directing your troops' strategic moves. Individual battles are fought on the smaller-scaled battle map. This province is your stronghold, or home province. It is from here that you are launching your conquest of Cronus. If your stronghold is ever conquered, you will be pushed from Cronus and lose the campaign. Since this is the first, the figure of your commander indicates the current position of your main army. These arrows show you where your army can move or attack this turn. Red arrows indicate attacks into enemy provinces. Green arrows indicate moves into friendly provinces.
I'll try something really quick. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm so damn irritated right now. Oh yeah, speaking of which, that flickering is actually giving me a headache, so I'm just gonna try to deal with that. No, it does it when OBS isn't up and when, obviously, Twitch isn't up, so it does it regardless. So, I can't see the screen anymore, but you should hypothetically see the game in some manner or another. Do you see the game, yes or no? In about 15 seconds, I'll be able to see Twitch again. Was it in the correct space? Was it correct size? It's cropped in the corner. Okay. How small roughly? Like, this is one of those weird things, I know, but kind of playing a guessing game here. All right, so we're going to try another test. Same deal. Still not there. Okay. This is interesting. I'm just literally spitballing this, trying to eyeball this. I'm also gonna have to move this over here. I just realized. Let's do that right now while I'm thinking about it. No, you should just see the screen. You should see a Space Marine being like, yo, and pointing his gun to the left and blah, 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 blah. Right about now, like he's like pointing the gun, then he points to the left. He's like, oh. And then he looks around for a moment. There's no audio, of course. Still not full? Jeez, okay. All right. We're gonna try. We're just gonna go down the list at this point. We're just gonna go down the list. See what happens. So now we're here, just kind of being like, yo. We got a black thing on our right leg, but a red thing on our left leg. Is we good? Okay, we have lucked into the right resolution. This is why I don't like streaming in full screen, by the way.
Sega.
So there's two things I care about. The most important thing is whether or not it flickers. As we all know, it will not flicker upon load up. So we gotta get into a thing to see if we get some flicker going on. It will most likely crash if we alt-tab. I'll test that later. I can currently see chat if I look way over there. So I can't read chat as well as usual, but at this point, honestly, whatever. So let's go ahead and hop back to the Eldar, which we were just playing as. Now, it definitely was flickering here, but we'd already seen a cutscene too, so that might be affecting it. Also, if it flickers, please say something. I might not necessarily see it on my screen. Even if you see it on yours. So, there's our territories. Each of them have a relative strength level. I don't actually remember what that means literally. But, you know, 10 strength sucks, but, you know, 1 strength is easy. We can reinforce.
Allows you to garrison troops in a province.
Which is what he's saying.
These troops will be ready when you fight to defend this province from enemy attacks.
Yeah, that's correct. So, yeah, we can spend planetary requisition to set up a garrison, which is exactly what it sounds like. Back off. This is lore. Nobody likes lore.
This screen provides you with a snapshot of your progress in conquering the planet Cronus. It includes a running tally of your conquests, your commander statistics, your honor guard, and more. If you haven't yet trained an honor guard unit, or you've lost one in battle, you can train it on this screen by simply clicking on its icon.
Yeah, it's cool. So, what we really care about on this screen...
As you conquer more and more provinces, you'll be awarded pieces of special equipment for your commander. This equipment is called war gear. You will never be awarded a specific piece of war gear. Instead, for each award, you get to choose one piece from the list on this screen. Note that you may have to get some pieces of war gear to unlock other, more powerful versions.
So, plus to war gear. I can't write that down right now because I'd have to alt-tab, but this is a cool feature. I remember liking this quite a bit. And it also changes your cosmetics slightly, too. See you around, Blade Chafal. Have a good movie-going experience. And yeah, each of these does different things, and you get the idea. It's war gear. Okay, so that's cool. We've got war gear, which is probably going to be a positive. We've got the persistent map thing, which is both the reinforced thing and the building thing. So that's at least 2 positives. So someone jot these. Someone put these in the question queue so I don't forget them, please. And now we'll go ahead and do a random match, and we'll see if we can get some flicker. Oh, and if we do this, we gain a bonus, which I forget how exactly that works. I guess it's just different bonuses based on where you go. Fuel. But yeah, I guess we're going this way first, so charge. Showcase the points of interest. Points of interest. Talking about these? In this case, not really. Talking about these? Still no. Thank you, Uthor.
This screen shows you the forces you are leading into an attack and allows you to return to the campaign map if you decide you want to attack later. Since this is your first attack, most options aren't yet available. When you're ready to attack, just click on the attack button.
Cool. So, they have a strength of 1. We'll be gaining plus 75 rec after we get this. We'll also get a ranger squad, which will be nice. The enemy commander is a skilled combatant. Enemy force likely consists of basic infantry, and the enemy has a single base. But hang on. Where's the Tau spaceport? The spaceport. Requires control of the strike. Gain control of a sophisticated navigation system, allowing long-range flights to avoid anti-aircraft fire. Allows attacking almost any province on the map, regardless of adjacency. Cannot be used to attack strongholds. And there was another one over here. There it is. Industrial production. Gain control of massive Imperial factories and foundries. Allows you to supply your troops on the ground more easily. Start every mission with 1,000 additional requisition. So yeah. Stuff on the map, which is useful. Yeah, plus for bonuses. Because what that means is terrain has a relevance. Or territory has relevance, I guess is the way I'd place that. Because it would be really easy, and I've seen a lot of games do this, where each province, each territory you can grab, you're just kind of grabbing it for the sake of it. There's no real benefit to doing so, right? So having something that's actually worth grabbing is a nice little thing to make it worth the damn. I was going to go, but I actually can't, and they aren't selling tickets yet, so I'm not going to see it for probably another week, Walker. Attack. So if we're going to get flicker, it's going to happen here. You like how we've shotgunned out like 4 positives when we just started the game? That's a relief, I'm going to be honest. Okay, so another thing. This is a very minor thing. I don't have mouse control. Okay, now I'm all tabbed. Okay. Well, since we've already all tabbed, I guess we'll just go ahead and jot down some positives. That's off. So let's see. What were our positives? Where's the question queue? I don't remember right now. The mini-map. They do a lot better visual distinction on the mini-map. One moment, please. I gotta write down some things. I actually gotta write down 2 more negatives. Give me just a second, please. So let's see, we've got war gear. That's itemization. Actually, it's more like alternate progression in this case, isn't it? Yeah, we'll put it under itemization. It's whatever. Kind of a customization thing. So war gear, and then map persistence. I'm not sure what to put that under. Yeah, this is why you notice this game sits squarely in the middle of the streamability gap, right? I'm honestly a little surprised I can get this game streaming at all. But stuff like this is exactly why I'm so hesitant to stream games from this era, which is always frustrating because it's the era most people donate towards. I'm not joking. Percentage-wise, more people want to donate for games in the streamability gap than outside of it. Very frustrating. Map persistence. I mean, you say that von Falkenstein. Okay. Plus, 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 plus. So now let's see if it crashed. That's funny. Still don't have a mouse, though. Hang on. Still don't have a mouse. Oh, Alt did it. Alt did it. Thank you, Huthor. I was just... Okay, so now that we have a freaking... Oh, God. All right. So...
The random hand of fate delivers me.
My music is a pillar upon which whole world...
We gave up on Wintersol. We just walked away from it.
Nothing remains unchanged.
Shall I
by the
divide
music
next
of creation.
I go to war.
Command me to build. My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
It's disorienting to play.
Look, it changes as I play. We will...
I can turn all the audio down, sure. Why not? We'll just turn everything down.
Fulfill our duty. What is your wish? Closing in on the objective.
So, let me admit the only thing that I don't actually like about Dark Crusade, other than the stronghold missions, they're all just skirmish maps, which is, I mean, it's whatever. It's one of those funny situations, right? Because oh, you can capture points with heroes. Well then,
All is clear.
this unit cannot capture points. I feel like I've been lied to.
Success.
It is the best course
Look,
of action.
it's right there at the top of the screen.
It is the best course of action.
Anyways,
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
so here's the deal. I don't like that they're all skirmish maps. I don't. But it's not a negative. It's an absence of a positive. I would prefer well-designed, manually crafted maps. But if you've been paying any kind of attention, you'll notice the kind of luck we've been having with their manually designed maps. In fact, I just put the game down because of one of those manually designed maps. So, absence of a negative. Right?
Success.
Again, there's the stronghold mission, so that's whatever.
My music is a
God, I don't remember how to play as Eldar, so I'm just kind of making this up as I go here.
enemy fire.
That was fast.
Random hand of fate.
We're apparently fighting Space Marines. That should be
The
fun.
random hand of fate delivers
My
me.
music is a pillar upon which whole worlds
The
have been
future
built.
seems so clear. I foresee their destruction. The future is clouded and uncertain. Their defeat is not a matter of when, but how.
The craft world sings to me and I respond in kind. My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built. The craft world sings to me and I respond
The
in
future
kind.
is clouded and uncertain.
The craft
Give
world
wise
sings to me and I respond in kind. We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
Could you shut up for 5 seconds, please?
I
I was told there was an option to turn off unit barks, but I never found that. Oh, there it is. Hey! Oh my god. That is so much better. Oh my god. Gosh, I don't think I have a favorite Scion. Although, I have a least favorite, which I know isn't what you asked. Can you guess my least favorite? Why is our terrain... Why did that get... Okay. It's not... Okay. Whatever. Chaos is my least favorite. That is correct. Going back off a little bit here. Let's try to do some of its job. Okay. What is a Banshee? Or as a thing that I'm currently playing. Eldar, that's what we're called. What's our faction called? Let's go and get a defensible spot up here. We are, of course, not playing on easy. Oh yeah, speaking of which, so if you're wondering why the other two negatives were removed, it's because apparently there actually are some difficulty options for Dark Crusade and for Soulstorm.
Quickly! Strike now!
So there's another way in which this is superior. I don't remember half the units. I also don't even see the units I'm looking for right now. How are you doing? You're doing okay. You're doing okay. You're done. Get over here. Let's go ahead and reinforce that a little bit. Yeah, that's right. They added limits, so we can only put so many turrets out now. I don't remember how many, but I know it's not that many.
Strike now!
I'm gonna want lots of things, really. 6 turrets per base. Okay. $15 total would make sense. How are they doing? They're doing okay. They're doing okay. We are a little dry on a couple things, so we're gonna try to speed this up a little bit. Let's see. Well, since I have no idea what I'm doing, we're gonna build a little bit of everything. I'm just gonna go down the list. Back. Start building some other stuff so we can build some other stuff. Wait, actually, no, hang on. Go back. Get a turret. Just one. Watch the skies here, so to speak. Okay, this is going to sound like a weird thing, and I'm sure I'm biased, but the game also controls more smoothly now. I don't know, it's like more responsive. It's hard to explain. I don't know if it's even visible. What do I need more? Generators, that's right. I need generators. Let's get it. It's probably exactly the same, but it sure as hell feels better. Maybe it's just because I'm in full screen. In fact, it's probably because I'm in full screen. Okay, so there's the relocation thing, which we don't need right now. What do we got in here? All of that. Enough? We barely enough. These things going. Hi, enemy commander. You, hang out here often? Oh, do I need for that? Oh, the support portal. Right. No! Don't kill me.
To the front.
Take
the vessel to the enemy.
No!
Okay, he's dead. As it should be. Human scum. Space Marine filth! Or, I mean... No, I guess that's exactly what I mean. Sorry, I'm just curious of something. These stinking monkeys. They ain't nothing compared to the orcs. I mean, I'm not an orc supremacist. Death to everything that isn't an orc. Alright, there we go. Although that would get very boring. I mean, the orcs would love it. Nah, it's fine, Django. It's fine. It's fine. We're cool. We're just gonna sit here. We're gonna relax. Stretch a little, you know. Have a sip of water. Okay. So what can we build? Wraith Lords, obviously. Falcons. I was leaning towards the sisters, Scion. Would my name be in Eldar? Luray Runar. The singer of lore and running. And I don't know. So hang on, I'm confused. If moving fast reduces accuracy, why is Fleet of Foot being always on a good thing? Wouldn't that just always mean reduced accuracy? What's the logic there? It's like Fleet of Foot. Boost Eldar running speed. Left increases movement speed while active, decreases units' weapon accuracy while active. What's the logic? I'm not disagreeing, I just don't understand. Oh, we already did. Eh. I mean, sure, we'll go ahead and turn it on. Why not? Hmm. Going over here. Interesting effect. The story of Winter Assault. Give me a minute to disentangle myself from it. Why are you okay. That's strange. I don't think it's anywhere near as engaging as the vanilla campaign, story-wise. The characters are less interesting, and the overall path... I don't know. Oh my god, are you seeing that? If you are seeing that, please look away from the screen right now. Do I still have a chat? That is... Okay, wow. That's much worse flickering than it ever was. I can't look at that. It's not... Oh god, I literally can't look at that. I cannot look at that. Like, can you see it in my glasses here? Can you see that?
Strike them down with all your might!
Or actually, here, I'll do this. Okay, you see this? You see what this is doing to me? Yeah, that's, what the crap? It's doing it in the menu, and it's doing it even if I move the mouse around. Oh my god. Okay, so let's... Alt-tab. Streamability gap, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's stopped for the time being. What's going on? God, that literally made me nauseous. Okay. Okay. What was I doing? Right, okay. I'm willing to call that a fluke if it doesn't happen again, but if that happens again, that's a turbo negative. Really, really bad. Oh.
The Emperor guides my will. The enemies of men must stand before us.
Yeah, it's 60 hertz. Monitor 60 hertz. Game 60 hertz. The game should be 60 hertz.
This is the judgment of the righteous, scum!
Back off, back off, back off. Pull back to turret support. Grey Knights. No wonder they're giving us some problems. Things. One of these going. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay, so I think we've actually lost this skirmish mission. Which is okay. I accept that. That's an outcome. Backing off, back off, back off. Okay, what other units do we have as these people? Let's get some Wraith Lords going. Congrats, Mr. Red. They really want that point. They really want that point. Something fierce. These are, so we're just gonna grab everything. Where's the other one? No, I didn't even have time to eat lunch during the break, Cyan. I didn't. Sorry. Expecting that. Okay. Starting to recover a little bit. Oh. Why did I say that? Nope, it's still doing it. Ugh. Okay. So I did that trick with the previous one, Quantum Space, but I don't think I did with this one. Although, maybe it applies? Hang on. So it's, oh God, what's it called? Relic? No. Who made this game? THQ? No. Oh God, I don't remember where the damn folder is. I'm actually having trouble seeing straight right now. Dawn of War 2. There's Dawn of War. I mean, if this can't be fixed, then this is a turbo veto. This is insanity. But we've got some options. We'll try some things out. Oh my God, I've literally already been in here. I just don't remember where the frickin' folder is. And it's nothing obvious, so that's cool. Oh, Jesus Christ. What in God's name? My entire monitor is now screwed up. What? Okay. Anybody out there? If you ever wonder why you donate for a game in the streamability gap, and I'm hesitant, or I go, or I'm like, maybe I shouldn't, or whatever, and I'm so hesitant to even try, to even possibly get the game working, stuff like this is tangible reason why I tend to have that sort of a reaction. I'm not saying that to be negative, I'm saying that to show my work. It is apparently in a different direction. So let's see here. Hmm. Yeah, I'm still nauseous from the game, Benarith. Like, I am going to be nauseous for the rest of the night. Because it's going to take me a while to recover from that. So I think we were down here. Nope, that's wrong. I don't actually have epilepsy. That was just insane. Like, that was a severe amount of flickering. Way beyond tolerance. Yeah, only morons get headaches from stuff like that, right? There we go. There's the resolution we were at. Okay. I am actually going to go ahead and take an anti-nausea. Because holy crap. Ooh. Oh yeah, exactly, Crazy Norse. Just losers. Okay. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. While we're here, I might as well write down Dark Days donation. One of these days, we might actually play this goddamn game. Yeah, I was trying to solve the flickering issue. Technically did. Solved the Alt-Tab issue, too. But that turbo flickering is incredibly unworkable. I don't even have a reliable way to prevent it from happening. It's like a dice roll on if I can actually get rid of the turbo flickering or not. So we're probably going to go back to flickering. Because there's probably nothing I can do. Actually, I do not. Don't go. Yeah. I had to think about that for a second. So now I need to do this. Get the camera working. There we go. Okay, so what the hell was I doing? It was the full screen thing. It was the full screen thing. Sorry, I'm referring to the controls. I can tell immediately that it controls differently now that we're back in windowed. Like, that's an immediate variance. Okay. Alright, so... Sure, I don't know what that is, and I don't care. Get all the upgrades. I also want an anti-infantry tank. I am Malachor. Welcome to my nightmares. I'm gonna turn off my monitor really quick and hope that that fixes something. Fix it? Okay, that fixed it. That flickering was so bad, it was causing recurrent effects on my monitor, even since, you know, even though we're no longer flickering. But restarting the monitor fixed it, so that's good. To figure out what the hell I'm doing a little bit more. Doing okay on resources, which is good. You, capture that. You keep holding that line, do your job. And along with you, I need you to move up here. I need you to join that group. I need you to move up here as well. And reinforce, and fleet foot. Everyone's fleeting. Everyone's not fleeting. Fleet. Yeah, you know what? Why not, Uthor? Uh-oh. Why are you dying? Probably to a stealth unit. That's what. I accept that.
The Emperor guides my blade.
I mean, this is the streamability gap, Looney Ruth. That's all there is to it. It is Crazy Norse, yes. That is a real problem for the Dial Before beta. I do use an NVIDIA card. In fact, I use the exact card that has that problem with it. then get these guys reinforced. Now I can do that. Shocking, right? Where'd they? Oh, there they are. Say.
Oh, she has feared the Emperor's wrath!
Well, if nothing else, it seems it's the same thing as Winter Assault. As long as I'm moving the screen around or the camera around, it's not flickering. There's a really easy way to test if it will start flickering, however. I'm just going to set off a couple orders. Reinforcing. All we have to do is kill that dreadnought right there. All we have to do is stop using the mouse for a few seconds. So here's the thing. Dawn of War 1 Vanilla flickered in menus consistently, but didn't flicker during the combat. Winter Assault was the thing that introduced the combat flicker. Looks like we might be at the point where we don't actually have combat flicker. That's nice. But if we pause, and we're in a menu now, we flicker. Tank coming in, and I do. Come with me, tank, if you want to kill. I mean, at this point, we have momentum on our side. Yeah, something about full screening entered nausea mode. Now, if we want to be mean, we can do here.
The Emperor guides my way.
No, I get what you mean with that. So, what the hell do the Eldar have to detect? Because it's obviously not the farce here. She's not seeing anything down here. I guess I could just do like a lightning strike in this area. Hey! I have, like, a decent variety of units here. And none of them can see these guys. Oh, and now we can suddenly see them. Whatever. Dawn of War 2 having more tech issues. Ugh. Warlocks. I have warlocks. Oh, God, I don't have warlocks. We might have actually lost all our warlocks. Hang on. Well, we can't. Whatever. Yep. Nope. We're just gonna live with not being able to see the enemy. They're just gonna harass us to death. It's okay. I was just gonna be funny, anyways. I do not have any rangers. No. I do have nothing. See, I don't think I have any guardians either. Apparently there's like 50 units that I don't have. All of them can see this crap.
This is the judgment of the righteous, scum!
What? Oh, we won. Yay! We got stuff. Victory! Okay, so we can pick up some... what do we got here? Greater melee abilities, greater pistol ability, health recharge, and recharge rate, health, ability recharge, protect against ranged attacks. Reveal enemy... Maybe I should go with that ability. Reveals infiltrated enemies. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh yeah, and as you can see, it actually changes your appearance too. Also increase your melee ability. Boop. Better speeder. Okay. Conquest is mine.
Congratulations. You have conquered your first province. This victory has given you several rewards, including a piece of war gear and the bonus from the province. Every province on the map has a special bonus. This bonus is displayed in the right-hand panel when you select the province. Some provinces give you the ability to train a special unit for your commander's honor guard. Once trained, these units accompany your commander into the initial stages of battle. You can train these units, or retrain them if they are destroyed in battle, from the commander screen or the attack screen. Other provinces give you special abilities, like the Era's Badlands, which gives you the ability to attack twice per turn.
Ooh, we need to get that as quick as possible. This is an expansion, Miragefire. These are all expansions.
This is the province that you've just conquered. Notice that it has changed to your color, that your army is now here. Whenever you conquer a province, your army moves to that province. You can only move or attack once per turn, so your turn is effectively over. Next turn, new provinces will be available for you to attack. When you are ready to let the enemy factions act, click on the End Turn button.
Do I have to let them act? Okay, fine. How do we reinforce it? What do we got here? Guardians, Bone Singers, Falcon Tanks, Wraith Lords. Stop flickering! Let's see here. Let's just do something really basic. Get some of that going. Okay.
Each of the enemy factions will now act in turn. Like you, they each have their own strongholds and armies. They will each move their armies, or attack and reinforce their provinces in turn. Pay attention to where your enemy's armies are. Armies will reinforce nearby friendly provinces under attack, bolstering the defense with additional troops. It is now your turn to act again. You'll notice that you have gained planetary requisition from the provinces you control. Each province produces planetary requisition every turn. You use planetary requisition to reinforce your provinces by stationing troops there and to train honor guard units. To reinforce a province, simply left-click on a province you own and then click on the Reinforce button in the right-hand panel.
Cool. Or, different idea. Not that. Yeah, sure. Looks like here? Yep. I mean, we're not committing to a full Eldar campaign, we're just flickering, apparently. I like how the flicker gets worse over time. You notice that? Because that's my favorite part about the flicker. The game can't just stop spitting in my eyes. Whatever, you're 2 for right now. I don't think the flicker that is showing up here is my monitor. In fact, I even have a way to prove that. See if it flickers. Still flickering. It's on the other monitor now. And yeah, as Huthor points out, that flicker would not be visible on stream if it was just the monitor. The earlier flicker, I don't know what the hell that nonsense was. That was just insanity. But that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, so... Let's get stuff going. Right, I should probably do this ASAP. Dramatically taking the point. The worst part is I haven't been able to find any info on the flicker. The Alt-Tab crash? Oh yeah, everybody has that problem. But the flicker? I couldn't find anything about that. What are those? Fruit Carnivore Squad? Who the hell are those? Oh, that's Tau. Okay. I'm found. We're found. Everything's cool.
Eliminating targets.
Right, sorry. Servants. Willing servants for the greater good. Obviously. As if there would be anything else. I mean, Curse the Moon is legit, so I don't blame you there, Walker. Those games are going to score very well, despite being as short as they are. I know. Willing servants, Permeus. I get it. Wink. I understand. How do I bring her back? Oh, never mind. Ignore me. That's your cue to say, I always do. And I'll be like, oh. Oh, you're talking about when Tal weren't horrifically evil. Got it, okay. So that I believe. God, Eldar builds slowly. I didn't say a void. Well, see you around, Walker, one way or the other. No! Uthor, no! We've lost him to chaos. Brothers! We must remove Uthor. For his own good? Where are you going? I mean, I know where you're going. And it's kind of irritating that you're going there. What? Huh? Okay. That's cute. We're just gonna sit here for a minute. No. Get these going, get these going. Just think about how much better things would be if they had continuity, Uthor. Sweet, sweet continuity. The Eldar Laughing God. That sounds like fun. Ah, it was a Earth Cast builder. Go figure. I'm thinking I'm going to pause at the Eldar after this. I'm remembering why I never liked playing as the Eldar back in the day in Dark Crusade as I go through here. Like, now that I'm being divorced from, you know, the flicker and the other irritations. It's just not my playstyle. I feel like with a game that has a more modern interface, I would enjoy the Eldar more, but as is, I just find it irritating. Their primary focus of being able to warp around is neat, but ultimately not that great. And their unit spread is strange in ways that I have difficulty explaining.
Charge the enemy!
Yeah, the question becomes, Necrons or Tau next? What I'm leaning towards is going ahead and playing as the Tau next. Excuse me. That's kind of what I was thinking too, Thor. Do the full campaign run as the Necrons. Poke around as the other ones. Ironically, I remember not liking Tau either. We'll see if my opinion changes this time around. Has been a minute. Never know.
I will strike the killing blow.
Oh, nice, Scion. It was always nice to hear. Oh, that's the Tau commander. Again. They really like doing that, don't they? The factions do definitely play differently, which I always appreciate. Even despite not really liking the Eldar, I'm probably going to give the Eldar a positive. One positive. Because it does play differently. It is its own little thing, and I like that. I appreciate it. That is a lot of upgrades for a lot of things. None of which I care about right now. Something a little bit different this time around for our push. Let's get one of these going up here. Yeah, you ever? So for those of you who never played Dawn of War 1, but have played StarCraft 1 Versus, you probably know the player who would pick up that one barracks and just fly to some distant corner of the map and then just sit there delaying the end of the match. It was a weirdly large contention point because some people argued that trying to frustrate your enemy into quitting was actually an acceptable strategy or not. You probably know where I sit on that one because I think they were just being an asshole. But, you know, that's just me. At this point, we might as well just get another turret going. Holy crap. This is just our life right now. Because, yeah, I mean, we're here to play a video game and have fun, not to watch you try to increase your score, your winning ratio, because you're too much of a dick to think of a real strategy. I agree. I personally would consider that griefing, but it was a weirdly often contested thing.
Stabilizers ready to fire.
That came up a lot. Anyways, we're about to lose this match, which is fine. Not sure how much I care. Put the Eldar down in a second anyways.
I will strike the killing blow. Can't kill what you can see.
Anyway, so then we lost. All right, so moving on.
The enemy repelled your attack on the province.
Yep, that's nice. Okay, so that's the Eldar. Yes, I would like to start a new campaign, please. A new campaign. Oh, no, I don't want to say that. Sorry. Okay, so, and then the Eldar nuked them from orbit. It's weird. Jesus Christ, Sam, that sounds horrible. Like, I'm sorry, that just sounds awful. Okay, so I've actually already given a plus to the Space Marines for units, for just the faction. I need to give a plus to the Orcs. Unfortunately, I can't, as much as I love the Orcs, I cannot justify giving them 2 pluses, but they're definitely a 1+ faction. The Guard, I feel, are more like a 2+ faction. They've got more asymmetry about their style and design. So that's 1+, 2 pluses, 1+. And, or excuse me, 1+. And I think that's everything. No, I didn't forget Chaos. I'm not giving Chaos any pluses. I think Chaos is the worst faction, to the point where I think it is a neutral. I'm going to go ahead and risk a crash. And by risk, I mean I think I'm going to make it crash. How come? Well, let me give you a 7-hour essay about why. No. So, now that we have done that, look, I know I like to go into depth and give my meaning for this, but I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't think I have the brain for it right now. So, Chaos, having played as Chaos substantially back in Winter Assault, it just feels like they took the Space Marines, made them slightly worse, and then gave them irritations to compensate for that. And that's why I don't think they're worthy of a positive. So, yeah, I don't like the unit roster for Chaos at all. There's... Yeah, it's Space Marines, but worse. And they did give them, to be fair, they did give them stuff to try and compensate. But it's not fun or interesting to do, as opposed to the Eldar, which are more interesting. Or the Guard, which are more interesting. Or the Orcs, which are more interesting. So, yeah, so that's going to be... I believe it's actually under unit design. This is actually one of the first... I think this is our 3rd RTS we've ever covered, now that I think about it. That's why we added the unit design category. So, Space Marines. I did already give that one, did I not? I did. Space Marines got a plus. The Orcs. And then, here, we're just going to type up some very brief notes right now, because we've got the Orcs. The Imperial Guard always employ... I mean, wouldn't you employ Wolverine if you could in the Imperial Guard? Think about it. You know what? As I'm typing up my notes, I'm actually going to give the Orcs 2 positive. I'm sorry. Because the Orc... I'll try to talk this out a little bit. The Orcs... I love the fact that they can build themselves... They play very differently from the other factions, first of all. They play closer to a traditional Horde faction. Their turrets are also their farms, which increase their population very quickly and very early. But the counterpoint for that, the cost of that benefit, is the fact that virtually everything they do costs population, including reinforcements, which virtually none of the other factions reinforcing, you can just reinforce for free. But the Orcs, if you want your units to actually be worth a damn, it costs pop. You need to have lots and lots and lots of pop in order to be able to actually do anything. So you need that 100 pop immediately. It also means that dealing with that is something you have to balance. Like if anything starts taking down your wog banners, then that sucks. It does. It makes a lot of thematic sense too. So you also have the ability to focus heavily onto either melee or ranged. The orcs don't have a lot of mobility and don't have a lot of utility, but what they do have is the ability to become this unwashed tide that just moves forward or shoots forward. You know, you got the shooter boys, you've got the ranged tanks, and you've got the flash kits. And of course, for the melee side, you have the sluggas, the knobs, and the mega knobs. And either one works. And yeah, it's exactly, it's all about momentum. And it changes the play style, which is, of course, one of the main things I'm focusing on here. So we're not the Necrons yet, but honestly, I could see the Necrons being a triple positive. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We're doing Necrons last for a reason. So that's the Orcs. And then we have the... who's next? The Guard, right. We already did the Space Marines, so yeah, the Guard. Look, if it's a well-designed, fun class, I don't care if it's overpowered. I care if it's a well-designed, fun... I say class. Side. The Imperial Guard. So the Imperial Guard's legit. How do you spell commissar? Never mind. They added the Bane Blade with Dark Crusade, right? Or am I misremembering? So the Bane Blade was Soulstorm. Oh, now I'm getting conflicting information. Oh, apparently Winter Assault added the Bane Blade. My bad. I'm wrong twice! That's just what this day is right there. Okay, so that's the Guard, that's the Orcs, that's the Marines. Eldar. Good night, Crazy Norse. Have a good night. There's the Eldar. No, we're just giving one for the Eldar. I do like what they've done with the Eldar. It's not my thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the kind of faction I would seek out to play. But it is still a well-designed faction. It still gets positive, absolutely. I could see why some people would play it as their mains. Not that anyone in chat would possibly like that. That would just be ridiculous. Pure craziness. So, who am I missing? The Necrons and the Tau, both of which we haven't played yet. So, let's start piling up some of these gameplay pluses, because this game desperately needs them. So, we're actually up to here. Right there. So yeah, as you can see, Dark Crusade has started catching itself up a little bit here. Whoops, that's not right. There we go. That's more accurate. Still catching up a bit. Now that we've crashed, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Actually, it did. Only one, though. Let me think about that for a minute. That's true, Sion. I have a tendency to forget that Vermintide even exists in Warhammer Fantasy. I don't know why. It's just, you're right. I tend to forget that that's a Warhammer Fantasy game. I've played through Vermintide 2 twice, actually. Once on stream and once with my friends, and I highly recommend it. It's a great game. Okay, there. 3 pluses. For Winter Assault. So let's up those. I do not have any exposure to the books at this point. I mean, I don't have time to read, but it is good to know that there's good books. But you read so fast. Or, yeah, I didn't have time to eat lunch today. You know what's doubly funny about all that? If I could just vent for 1 second. My dad was whinging about how I don't spend time with him. He lives in another state, by the way. And it's like, ignoring the fact that I just do not have time in my life right now. The fact that I was already going without food just to spend time on the phone with him apparently didn't mean anything. Who knew? I'm trying to think how to categorize this. Because there's a lot of flavor to the factions. But we don't really, I guess I could put that under character, very technically. You know, the barks and the voice acting and just the visual style, the animations. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's a flavor to each of the factions. No, I didn't give General Stern any pluses. I think I will, though. Yeah, exactly. It's an immersion thing. And it's absolutely... I think, this is going to sound weird, I think I'm going to put it under Brickwork. Because it's serving the same general approach that Brickwork does, even though it's literally not the background. So, and we'll also put it under voice acting, I think. So, Brickwork, Orcs, Brickwork, Space Marines, Brickwork, Imperial Guard, absolutely. Brickwork, Eldar, yep. Who am I missing? Viscerality is not a bad word either. But I think we'll actually give the whole game viscerality. At least 2. No, Pian. Look it up, TSB. Pian of the Bell. It's a real word. I wouldn't give a positive to Brickwork or Viscerality for the Chaos faction. I can't bring it in myself to do so, so I'm not going to. We've also got the Tau and the Necrons we're going to talk about in a second. But we are going to talk about this. We're going to give some separate voice acting positives to the Orcs, to the Guard. I think it does, Linnerith, but don't quote me on that. And actually, that's it at the moment. So, Tau. Let's get in a couple of Tau, like a Tau mission, maybe 2 if we're lucky. Then we'll play as the Necrons tomorrow.
The rise of the Necrons and the arrival of other powers on Cronus was a threat the Tau Empire could not ignore. With their doctrine built firmly around the so-called greater good, the Tau could not tolerate seeing a thriving colony taken away from them. The Ethereals, leaders of the Empire, responded to the distress signals from Cronus by sending some of their best and brightest to retake the world. Aunel Shiorez was among the most lauded of a new generation of the ethereal caste. He would be responsible for restoring proper order to this wayward world. With him came the military leader, Shas Okais, a student of the teachings of Commander Puretide. Okais brought a massive force of Firecast warriors, as well as auxiliaries from the Tau's allied races, the Kroot and the Vespid. Tau ground forces landed in the city of Tashin, or Asharis, to use its true imperial name. And from there began the crusade to retake the planet as a whole.
No, I'll be turning voices on. I want to hear them. I want you to hear them, too.
Welcome to the single-player campaign for...
Go away. Alright, let's attack a newbie faction. What else can we get here, though? Nothing great. I hear all the voices, Saffron. They're all there! Okay, so pause. Let's get the unit sounds back on. Why did that turn? Okay, whatever. Unit response is back. It saved this, but it didn't save the graphics setting. Whatever. Okay. So let's see if I can remember how to play. Okay.
Lead us to victory. Consider it done.
I already like the aesthetic of the Tau.
Stealth suit ready. The silent hunters are ready.
Couldn't even find my own unit.
They will never see us. Moving to forward position. We must free this land.
Wow, that was fast. Hi, Gorguts. How are you?
As on our wishes. Target acquired. Consider it.
Well, then I'm dead, Django, because that's Gorguts in my base, and I have nothing to repel them with.
Send us toward the enemy. 22 battlesuit ready. what your plan is. Another victory. V-22 battle suit ready. Consider it done. Commander Pure Time would be proud. Fires on our wishes. The Contra Fighters and our targets. I will lead us to victory.
Service revived.
The fire gas, the technology of time makes us strong. It is already ours. It will be ours. Stealth suits ready and willing. Like Tom, we shall triumph.
Let's go.
We're being overrun. Send us toward the enemy.
You're strong. You'll be good to have.
The tower so bad I lost in 20 seconds. Pretty impressive, really, if you think about it.
Mission accomplished.
I mean, getting rushed by frickin' Gorguts probably didn't help anything. Scourge of Comcast. Oh my god, frickin' Comcast.
The silent hunters are ready. It is already ours. We shall prepare an ambush from
Why
there.
don't you stealth?
We're here to do our duty.
Why did you unstealth? How did you unstealth?
The technology of Tau makes us strong.
Oh, right, Gorguts can say, okay, that makes sense. Right.
Instruction matrix engaged.
Another victory for the greater good.
Well, Gorguts is just free to rampage on my base now, and I do not have the resources to do anything about that. I don't have the resources, Loke. That's what I'm trying to fix that problem a little bit. So, anyways, so we lost. And turn. That was the weak spot to attack, too. It was the 1 instead of the 3. Just stop flickering for 5 seconds. 5 seconds, that's all I'm asking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, you did it. I'm proud. I'm still gonna attack the 1 damage, because it was more than 5. Just gonna try this again.
Awaiting orders.
None can stand before the greater good.
Okay.
Construction matrix
Same map. I guess that makes sense.
None can stand before the greater good. Stealth suit ready. The technology of Tau makes us strong.
ready to build.
Prosper as Tau shall.
Building unit ready. Command. Drop cranes inbound. The Earth cache will command Mart.
Now, I'm predicting Gorguts is going to show up in about 20 seconds. I'm going to make an honest attempt here, and then I'm going to fail at it. I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, hi, Gorguts. Fancy seeing you here.
Ready to take command.
I noticed we don't have any turrets, by the way. Which is fascinating, honestly. I'm not sure what to make of that, if I'm being completely honest. Let's, get that going, I suppose.
It's come to this, has it? Chasseur, ready to take command.
Alright, so we lost again. Yep, nope. We're dead.
Charge the enemy!
I'd like to at least show off the tower a little bit.
Chaos! Fall back and regroup!
Fine, we'll attack wherever these are. A higher level area. At least they won't be orcs.
Command. I will lead us to victory. Service required.
Interesting map.
Command. Service required. Prosper as Tau shall. Stealth suit ready. Stealth suits ready and willing. We will take it right from under their noses.
Jesus Christ.
Lead us to victory. Orders received. Instruction matrix engaged. Chasseur, ready to take command. Chasseur, ready to take command. Another victory for the greater good. Awaiting orders. Fire team deployed. Chasseur, ready to take command. Command, I will make it so. The technology of Tau makes us strong. Chasseur, ready to take command. Target acquired. A sound tactical move. I will lead us to victory. The target is ours. I will lead us to victory. Chasseur, ready for action. Awaiting orders. Ready to build. XP-22 battlesuit ready. Chasseur, ready to take command for the greater good.
Do you mind?
Send us toward the enemy. It is already ours. Orders. Chasseur, ready to take command.
That just does all of them now.
Ready to build. The banner of Tau flies high. Construction matrix engaged. None can stand before the greater good.
Good night, TSP. Have a good one. Interesting.
Swift and silent death. Chasseur, ready to take command. Command underway. We hunt with patience. We will take it right from under their noses.
Battlesuit ready. A sound tactical move.
Awaiting orders. Construction matrix engaged.
Listen, I mean, who rushes in games, honestly?
None can stand before the
Point us at our
greater
targets.
Back when I used to frequent the scene, there were usually no rush rules, just as a normal thing.
To take command.
You know, doing skirmish maps and like, just no rush.
Command.
Stealth team ready for next assignment. The technology of Tau makes us strong. We will take it right from under their noses.
None can stand before the greater good.
The silent hunters are ready. For the greater good.
I will lead us to victory. None can stand
ready for
the greater good.
Ready to build.
Stealth suits ready and willing.
I will lead us to victory.
Command. Command.
So I can have him do this.
Construction matrix engaged. Ready to build. Upgrades.
None can stand before the greater good.
See, we don't have good anti-vehicle, but that's pretty normal for infantry, so that's whatever.
The fire cast serves with pride.
Service required. Ready to build. Service required.
I mean, Necrons are the best, but we're saving those for last.
Service required.
Prosper as Tau shall.
Stealth suits ready and willing.
Ready to build.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by how not attacked I'm being. It's starting to freak me out a little bit.
Stealth suits ready and willing.
Lead us to victory.
You shall receive, I suppose.
Awaiting orders. Command. Ready to build. Command. Orders received.
None can stand before the greater good.
Stealth team ready for next assignment.
Ready to build.
He's gonna be like right there. He is right there.
We are soon ready. Moving to forward positions. Moving to forward positions
to victory. Prosper as Tau shall.
Space Marines attack!
Ready to build.
What do we got? Sure, we'll do this one.
I will lead us to victory. I will lead us to victory.
Ready to build. Command. Acknowledge.
The technology of Tau makes us strong.
Wolguts just shows up out of nowhere. I know this isn't my buckle, but I wanted to go give you a right proper welcome. And just starts beating the snot out of me. Yeah, go guts with the chair. Out of nowhere. Ah, those are so expensive, Django. We can make two of them. I mean, they did that in a previous match, Quantum Spaceman. Although I was playing as the Eldar at that point.
The Silent Hunters
XP-22 battle suit ready.
Speaking of Grey Knights.
Prosper and Tau shall.
At least he didn't yell.
Just team ready for next assignment.
The Kandra will crush them.
XP-88 battle suits ready for action.
Strike them down with all your might!
We will eliminate the targets. Prosper and Tau shall. Chasse-O,
We
ready
serve
to
the greater
take command.
Awaiting orders.
No, Darkrai. We actually have yet to throw up the cheat flag. Go figure.
And willing. It is already
I will
ours.
lead us to
serve the
victory.
greater good.
I am honored to join the cadre.
Mobile artillery ready to serve.
None can stand before the greater good.
It's expensive. We're gonna wait on that for a minute.
Command.
Sorry, looking over my options here. See what those two things are all about.
XP-22 battle suit ready.
Send us toward the enemy.
Awaiting orders.
The target is ours. We hunt with patience. It is already ours. It is already
Battle
ours.
suits on the field. All systems ready. If the Ethereals will it.
Orders.
We serve the greater good. I will lead us to victory. We have learned the lessons of Vodka. None can stand before the greater ready for action.
Recon ready.
Prosper. And we shall. Mobile artillery ready to serve.
We are first in the field.
Setting stabilizers.
Lead us to victory. Lead the way.
Mobile artillery ready to serve. Ready. Let's get it done.
The Silent Hunters are ready.
Prosper.
Just tell us what you want to know. The target is ours.
Awaiting orders.
I will lead us to victory. First in the field. Chasse-O, ready to take command.
Send us toward the enemy. We shall prepare an ambush from there.
Ready to build. I will make it so.
Fire team
XP-22 battle suit ready. Chasse-O, ready to take command.
Service required. Service required.
The Silent Hunters are ready.
Mobile artillery ready to serve. XP-88 battle suits ready for Prosper. As Tau shall. I will lead us to victory. Commander Pure Time.
Yeah, so far my favorite units are these guys, the broadsides. Like, quite a margin, I feel like adding.
B-22 battlesuit ready.
Crisis team, we serve the greater good. I mean, they're siege tanks, right? Of course I like siege tanks.
B-22 battlesuit ready for action. Consider it done.
Mobile artillery ready to serve. What kind of vehicles do we got? Big carrier, drone squad, missile gunship, drone harbinger. There's a hammerhead. Which I suppose we should go ahead and do this to gain access to.
XP-22 battlesuit ready. Serve with pride. Looks like we're on combat. Like time, we shall triumph. The United leaders to victory. Best are here to serve the greater good. Shuttle, ready to take command. Firepower. Where do you need firepower? Sending stabilizers. Ready to fire.
Awaiting orders.
Targets. Crossbow and Tau shall. Keep fire. Ready to serve. Awaiting order. None can stand before the greater good. None can stand before the greater good. Moving into position. Keep firing, keep firing. Ready for action. If the ethereal.
Oh god, he can't get out. He's stuck.
Our duty calls. Just don't let the prey get away. Learn the lessons of Mortar.
I'm wondering why that guy wasn't up there. That explains it.
Target acquired.
Orders.
Prosper as Tau shall. Where do you need firepower? Acknowledged. Prosper. Point Tau shall. None can stand before the greater good. Don't let the prey get away.
Using half these abilities. Or half these types. I guess we can do that. We just lost. And
I will lead us to victory. Mobile artillery ready to serve. Yes, sir. We serve the greater good. Yes, sir. The battle of Tau, my time. We serve the greater crisis. Don't get away.
this way. Go this way. What are you doing?
I will lead us to victory. Serve the greater good. Broadside be deployed.
Please go over here. Here, you. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Go up here. Back up a little bit. And the trench.
Prosper as Tau shall. We have learned the lessons of Motkar. Where do you need me? Shuttle, ready to take command. Fire team deployed. Target acquired. Cut them down. Target acquired. Return fire.
Oh, they totally will. We'll find out when we get there.
Shuttle, point us at our targets. None can
stand before the greater good. Like Tau, we shall triumph.
I do like the asymmetry of Tau so far, I will admit. Although, it does mean that there are some situations where they're just like, well... And I don't even mean the stuff I was dealing with. I could think of a dozen other situations off the top of my head. This would go to hell very quickly.
Identify our targets, and we will destroy them. Following orders.
Let's see what a hammerhead can do.
XP-22 battlesuit ready. Like Tau, we shall triumph at the target.
Where do you need the elite?
Identify our targets, and we will destroy them.
Our Star Wars joke here.
Following orders.
One of us should have the ability to see stealth.
Point us at our targets.
No, none of us do. Well, I don't have any stealth seers again, because they killed them earlier.
Tau shall. Back off. We shall triumph the target. Following orders.
Resources to get. Yep, we're out of pop. Okay,
Destroy them.
Just keep pulling back, keep retreating. Keep retreating.
Where do you need firepower?
Point us at the target.
Where do you need firepower? Yes, sir. Moving into position.
Yeah, I thought this had vision, but obviously not.
Identify our targets.
Alright. Never mind then. Just go.
Point us at the target.
Get shot at forever. Nothing I can do about that.
As Tau shall. None can stand before the greater good.
We serve the greater good. Mobile artillery ready to serve. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Moving on. Mobile artillery ready to serve. Firepower on the down. Setting stabilizers. Ready to lead us to victory.
XP-88 battlesuits ready. Identify our targets, and we will destroy them. Following orders. Following orders.
The hammerhead's certainly having fun here.
Following orders. As Tau shall down. Identify our targets, and we will destroy them. Lead us to victory. Firing, keep firing.
Look at that range. Look at that. Look at that.
Cut them down. Identify our targets, and we will destroy them.
Mobile artillery ready to serve. Awaiting orders. Where do you need
I'm
firepower?
curious if we could reach it from here, because that would greatly amuse me.
Where do you need firepower?
I don't know if we're gonna have time to at this point. Up to the wall, up to the wall.
Mobile artillery ready to serve.
Fall back. I cannot win here.
Moving out. Yes, sir.
XP-22 battlesuit ready. Following orders. Targeting XP-22 battlesuit ready. Point us at XP-88 battlesuit ready.
Awaiting orders.
Point us at the target. Point us at the target. Lead us to victory.
The greater good. Yes, sir.
Point us at the target. Recon ready.
Oh, hey.
We will be your eyes.
Is there stealth seers?
Imperios, protect us. Heading there now. We will get all the details.
Where do you need firepower?
Yeah, I remember that too, Scion. A lot more sloggy. Interesting shot to end the match on. Okay, so yeah, something that enables me to see stealth, because that would be nice. Hey, there it is. Oh, just to show it off. We got the pods, we got the blaster rifle, we got the flamer, armor upgrade, jetpack, just on the back here. Stealth field, drone, stuff. Sure, whatever. We did it! And now we're gonna quit the game forever. Now I'm gonna show some off. So let's do the worst one first.
The powers of chaos manifested in the once pleasant Deimos Peninsula on the southern coast of Cronus, transforming it into a blasted hellscape. Summoned by heretical cultists, the Black Apostle Eliphas the Inheritor emerged from the warp, leading a whole company of the Word-Bearer Chaos Legion. These heretical space marines had been to Cronus before, fighting against their loyal brothers during the dark days of the Horus Heresy. Eliphas had been but a young champion then, but returned a terrible Chaos Lord, ready to bring ruin to the galaxy at large. The Dark Crusade would be his proving ground. By defeating the many powers vying for the planet, he sought to gain favor with the dark gods he worshipped. Unless they could be stopped then and there, the Word-Bearers would strike deeper into the Imperium.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to tap that external continuity again.
Welcome to the
Go away forever. Yes, I do. Of course, we have the God.
The Imperial Guard arrived on Cronus in pursuit of the Eldar Farseer Taldir. General Lucas Alexander found more than his prey there, however. He found his destiny. General Alexander claimed the abandoned city of Ironworks Bay as a base of operations and found there the massive Hellstorm cannon of an Imperator war titan. Tech priests had brought this fearsome relic to Cronus millennia ago, soon after it was cut from a heretical war machine during the Horus Heresy. When the general reported his discovery, the Imperial Guard's High Command issued him new orders. He would secure the Titan's gun, along with any other relics of the Tech Priests, and would then return Cronus to the Imperium of Man, ordering him to drive out the aliens and heretics besetting this world. Segmentum Command named Alexander Governor Militant and created the 1st Cronus Regiment from his ground forces. The new governor quickly renamed the city itself Victory Bay, making it his new planetary capital, while his men adopted the sobriquet of Liberators for their regiment. When the Blood Ravens Space Marines began the purge of Cronus, the Governor Militant refused to retreat. His orders were clear. Regardless of the demands of the Space Marines, the Guard would fight the Blood Ravens along with all the other invaders.
Will that answer you, Venters? I admit, when I was first playing this, again, this is my introduction to the franchise, I was a little bit weirded out that the Imperial Guard and the Space Marines were not on the same side. But here we are. What are you gonna do?
Welcome to the single-player.
Speaking of,
The The Space Marines of the Blood Ravens chapter arrived on Cronus like the mailed fist of the Emperor. Acting under orders from his chapter master and chief librarian, young brother Captain Davian Thule ordered the Blood Ravens to carry out a thorough purge of this world. The chapter master had told Thule that ancient relics of the chapter were hidden on Cronus. Artifacts from the mysterious early years of the Blood Ravens. These sacred items could not be allowed to fall into alien hands. Captain Thule ordered the withdrawal of the Imperial Guard forces stationed in Victory Bay. But Governor Alexander flatly refused to pull his men back. Thule judged the governor a good man, but had little choice but to send his Space Marines to battle the governor's troops, along with all the other powers on Cronus. The Blood Raven's willingness to fight soldiers of the Imperium did not go unnoticed. Whispers began that the relics on Cronus were more damning than holy. Only the war's victors would be left to decide the truth of the matter.
Welcome to the single-player campaign.
Meanwhile, while the humans are fighting the humans, and the other humans are just trying to make other humans to fight other humans, and the Tau are like, dude, this is our planet, what are you doing? And the Eldar are like, okay, y'all are dumb. There's one last problem here.
Driven from Lorne 5, the Orc war boss Gorgut's headhunter managed to return as a greater threat still during the Dark Crusade. He formed a new warband from Orc freebooters and pirates and others pushed out of the Lorne system and set about raiding worlds on the outskirts of the Tau Empire, gaining resources along the way. When Cronus sent out desperate calls for help against the Necrons, Gorguts sent his forces to strike at a vulnerable target. Gorgut's war fleet dropped out of the warp only to find Imperial and Tau fleets squaring off above Cronus. The Orcs lost several ships, but the clashing fleets were unable to repel the large number of rocks Gorguts threw into the atmosphere. These massive landing ships, made from converted asteroids, smashed into the Green Coast and unloaded their bands of Orc invaders. There, Gorguts brought the local feral orcs to heel and set about his conquest. The war had come to Cronus.
Welcome to the single-player.
I should probably mention, I have also beaten this game as every faction, although I will freely admit on a couple of them I turned it down to easy. And by a couple I mean 3, Eldar, Tau, and Chaos. But yeah, I agree. The intros are cool. They're cool. Definitely some cool stuff in the intros, plus the story. It is kind of jarring, Ventures, but Tutorial Guy has been the same Tutorial Guy in the whole series so far. It's weird. Yeah, tomorrow, remember, we are streaming tomorrow at 10. We will go ahead and start up the Necrons, and we'll... I think for the sake of brevity, we'll turn it down to easy. But we'll need to for Necrons. But we'll go ahead and push through as the Necrons. We'll see how long that takes. I don't know if we'll be able to manage that tomorrow. We might have to finish that up Monday. We'll see. But I'm going to go and cut off a little bit early because I didn't have lunch, and so I'm going to go make food happen. So, hope to see you there.